as anyone else. My mind wanders and pink elephants appear in my thoughts. I'm not at all concerned if my thinking veers off to another subject during my movie. I don't sit down every day and repeat a vision of pink elephants. Without the repetition and intention, I won't have any elephants in my future. How should I feel? On a few occasions, I've felt so grateful in response to my movie that I've been brought to tears. Emotions are a very powerful manifestation tool, so allow yourself to feel. Most of the time, your emotions will be a combination of feeling a little something or nothing at all. It's perfectly normal. At the end of your scene, when you say, "I'm so grateful," give the words a little time to work their magic. Here's that phrase again. Let the gratefulness flow like cream into coffee. When you're in your future, every sense you bring into play creates more powerfully. When you're in your future scene, touch some of the objects around you. Smell the flowers. Touch the tabletop. Notice the sounds of traffic near your sidewalk cafe. All of your senses are important elements to more powerfully create your future. Your good intentions may not come exactly when you prefer or in exactly the form you specify. Here's a common phrase: fear of failure. Do yourself a favor and don't quit before you even start. Without any experience or prior knowledge, my attempts at manifesting got results. Has everything I've imagined come to pass yet? No, but I'm in the game, on the field, and working it every day. Manifesting is not a pass-fail course. Your creations are all works in progress, evolving in different ways and at various times. We've all failed hundreds of times in our lives, but we have muddled through somehow. Many of the greatest lessons in life come through failure and pain. When events don't go the way we plan or want, we learn something valuable. Don't be afraid to create the future you want. I'm not trying to caution you that bad things will happen. I'm submitting to you that you may arrive via an unexpected but valuable route. Many of us intend to find that perfect partner or companion. We set the bar high, or we certainly should. Does everyone find that ideal person immediately? Of course not. Our perfect partner is likely a match for who we are now and not the person we were years ago. Since we're going for perfect, we might require just a little bit more polishing before the perfect partner appears. Watch for an uptick in the quality of the people you meet. With each new person, you will likely learn a little more about your potential partner and yourself. Perhaps this is all part of the polishing process, becoming more perfect for that perfect companion. The appearance of these fascinating people indicates you may be heading in the right direction, so keep the bar high. Don't settle for Mr. or Mrs. less than. Be patient and enjoy the ride. Let's say you're 14 years old and you're expecting a red Maserati. It's highly likely there may be a wait involved for the real thing, but keep an eye out for a Maserati poster or the model replica dropping into your life. Perhaps you're someone suffering from any number of maladies or you find yourself in a tough situation. By all means, use all of the suggestions in this book to gain the advantage to your cure. Everyone has their afflictions. Everyone has their issues. Have you noticed that we have all experienced pain? No one gets a free pass, but each of these experiences provides us with an opportunity to become who we aspire to be. Whether we are presented with hardships or challenges, we get to decide at the moment how to react. We are creating who we are and how we are perceived minute to minute every day. You may not have the perfect cure available to you. It may turn out that your difficult situation will take years to play out. It is up to you to decide how to accept and respond to the difficulty. Regardless, go into your movie every day and walk around in your perfect future, free of the burden. There will be a result because your thoughts are real. Any number of things can happen. You may realize that this pain or burden has been diminished to a point where you're not overwhelmed. You might feel lighter and less burdened. Perhaps a realization emerges that this is not a punishment. Some have an epiphany. It's as if they see a grander view and realize that their malady is a permanent feature, but less important in their lives. They come to the realization that all of this hardship is not wasted. Perhaps they have become the teacher of that affliction. We can discover more happiness and joy regardless of our circumstances. This is a miracle in its own way. Sometimes in wisdom and peace in one's heart is far more precious than the cure, and that may be the perfect end result. Can I manifest for other people? Perhaps. Can you take the algebra test for your son? Here's the deeper question. Should you? You can certainly manifest things for yourself, and when you do so, it affects the field around you. If you become happier, it might affect the happiness of others. If you move into the perfect apartment or your wonderful new career, then it affects the life of your landlord and colleagues to some degree. Why not put the people you're concerned about in your movie and see them in your future as happy and fulfilled? Don't even try to formulate how they came into their happiness. Just be joyful with them in your future. If I intend to manifest or pray for other people, I will always go for the cure or the best result. But I really don't know what's best for someone else. How could I possibly know what is the best path for their lives? To quote Judy Goodman, ask for their best and highest outcome. What is best? Wish list, vision boards, or the movie? A case could be made for all three, but my bias is towards the movie. The movie is much closer to physical reality and uses all the senses and emotions you want to put into it. Your list and vision boards are much less so. But let's not limit any possibility. You can use your senses to power up any list or vision board item. What we're really talking about are layers of intention, so why not use all three? Add sensory information and emotions where you can. With the tools in this book, you will increase your odds for success. You have a distinct advantage now, so use it. What should I ask for? Be smart. That is totally up for you, thank goodness. You're free to create anything without limits. Create an excess in your life of joy and affluence and give the extra away. Overflow your cup and share if you like. Go beyond the minimum and fly. I find myself asking for a number of good things throughout the day, and sometimes I may feel anxious with some requests. There is that phrase, be careful what you ask for. Here's a cautionary story from a few months ago. Two friends and I went out for dinner one night. We're enjoying our conversation and included our waitress from time to time. Our talk turned to manifesting, and when our waitress overheard a bit of what we were saying, she nodded in approval. So do you ask or wish for things to come into your life? I asked her. Funny you should ask that, she said with a faraway look on her face. A month ago, I was asking to be in a car wreck. What? We all asked in unison, shocked. The waitress said a few months earlier her girlfriend had been involved in an accident. Apparently, the girlfriend came away with little or no injuries and with another bit of good fortune. She received a monetary settlement as a result of the collision. Our waitress didn't disclose the amount, but apparently the payment provoked an idea. So you're wishing for a car wreck so you could get a cash settlement, I asked? She had a half smile and an ironic look on her face. It was obvious she had given this a lot of thought. Yes, it seemed like a pretty good idea at the time, she said. The three of us were in a state of disbelief. We were in the manifesting choir. All of us had talked about intention and positive thoughts many times. We would never in our wildest dreams put out an intention like that. Our minds registered alarm, but we started laughing at the absurdity of her request. Like waiting for a man to step on a banana peel, we wanted to know what was coming next, but part of us didn't want to know. We leaned forward, so? 2 weeks ago, I was crossing the street, and I got hit by a car. You're kidding, I said. You weren't in a car? You're a pedestrian and got hit by a car? I'm glad she kept that grin. Yes, I was walking across the street and I got hit. I'm okay, though. It was very minor and everything turned out all right. I can't believe you did that, I said, and we all laughed with relief. Obviously, you needed the money. Did you get a settlement? No, she said, but I did learn a good lesson. What should I ask for? Be positive. I love good stories, so here's one more that's a terrific example of making change and creating miracles. A few years ago, a younger couple I know called me. They'd heard me discuss manifesting techniques previously, and now they're in a jam over their mortgage. Could they come over and discuss manifesting again? A couple of days later, we met at my house. They have 2 wonderful children, and their lives are centered in service to others. Each of them owns a single employee business. Times were bad economically, and their businesses had suffered mightily. They found themselves struggling to pay their mortgage, and it was held by one of the largest banks in the country. The 3 of us sat together, and I offered all the manifesting information you have read here. The couple returned home, inspired to do their movie every day. 3 or 4 months later, a mutual friend indicated they had talked with this couple about financial matters, and they mentioned my name. The mutual friend didn't want to discuss any of these private affairs and recommended that I contact the couple right away. I was concerned about talking to them. What if I give them advice or information that was detrimental to them? I called and the husband told me the most amazing story. The couple had been doing their movie every day for weeks. In their movies, each of them created a future in their perfect house without financial problems. Still, business had continued to get worse, and they found themselves 2 months behind in their mortgage payments. They called their bank to admit the obvious. Money was owed and their financial future was bleak. Since each of their income streams was way down, the couple would be ineligible to refinance. They were at the mercy of the bank and asked what could be possibly done to keep the house. The bank representative agreed to call the couple back shortly. Not long after, the bank called with a surprising piece of information. Unknown to the couple, the bank had sold their mortgage to another organization, and they would have to contact the new mortgage holder. The couple made the call. I can't imagine what they felt with their house hanging by a thread. Keep in mind that the couple kept returning to their movie every day. They discovered that the new owner of their mortgage was no longer in business. Now what? Who were they supposed to talk to? Who were they supposed to make house payments to? The couple continued their movie newly inspired. Within a couple of weeks, they coincidentally met an inspector for a group of lawyers. These lawyers specialized in the problems house owners were having with their mortgage holders. The investigator heard their story, made inquiries, and came back with the most amazing news. The couple's mortgage had been sold 5 more times and was being held by a company in Europe. Here's the best part. The European company didn't have the paperwork solidly connecting the company to the mortgage. A lot of back and forth ensued, and finally a court hearing was held in the couple's county. At the hearing, a lawyer representing the European company was called upon to show evidence that the company owned this mortgage. The lawyer presented a computer spreadsheet listing the couple's name along with the number of others as a list. "What is this?" the judge asked. The lawyer replied that the spreadsheet was proof that the company held the mortgage. "My 4-year-old could do this," the judge responded. "You have no standing in my court. Don't come back until you have proper documentation linking you to this mortgage." At the time of this writing, the couple had been in their home for 2.5 years without making a mortgage payment. Their case is now part of a larger class action suit. It's highly likely their case will take some time to resolve, but in the meantime, their businesses are rebounding. Since there's no institution to pay, the couple is still living in their wonderful home and putting what would be the mortgage payment away into their personal savings account. I asked them how they felt about the turn of events. They replied that what they were experiencing was totally impossible. They both felt that their movie may have had a lot to do with their situation, since every day they're in their perfect home without a financial hardship. If for whatever reason they lose this home, they feel sure that their next home will be equal to or even better than their present house. As I like to say, they're on the right bus. They have created a specific housing future that is taking them to their perfect conclusion. If it's not this house, it'll be another and another until the perfect home presents itself. This optimal house will be ideal physically and with the right location and financially comfortable as well. Here's that phrase again. Be careful what you ask for. When I feel anxious about a request, I ask anyway, but I add this comforting phrase. I ask for things to come with an ease and a grace. This book is not about money or possessions. They don't guarantee fulfillment and joy. We live in a physical world bound by an economic system, at least that's the perception. Don't limit yourself by conforming to the common view. Health, happiness, and comfort come in a variety of forms. Don't discount the equivalent of money coming your way. You could find that you have to pay less to live, or you may come into some unexpected income. There are thousands of money equivalents that can present themselves. The equivalent of money spends just like money. As you think about what you require, remember that we all know of fabulously wealthy people who are impoverished and unhappy in their hearts. Possessions can bring joy or slavery. Why settle for anything less than your ideal in whatever form it might take? You're looking for your perfect partner? The equivalent of your perfect partner may be you. You may find that perfect companion, or you may become perfectly content on your own with a wonderful variety of supporting and entertaining friends. Last thoughts. Is life not going your way? Are you overburdened with problems and personal issues? Is your relationship a mess? I will gently offer that most of the responsibility falls on you. For the most part, you've decided to be right where you are. You have brought yourself to this point of being happy or miserable. Some of life is inescapable, but everything else is a response to the choices you make. You've been empowered since birth to create. You've been creating all your life. Whatever position you find yourself in today, it's all right. It's all right. Perhaps nobody told you what you can do. Maybe you never heard it enough or in just the right way about the great gift you have to create anything. You have a new future beginning in 1 minute. You now have a way out, a method to change the arc of your life. 50 seconds now. Every minute is an opportunity to make a new future. 40 seconds now. I hope that you'll be inclined to use the information in this book to better your life and go where you want to go. Be wise. You now have one of the keys to the kingdom. Point yourself to happiness. Be good to yourself. My notes. Grab a pencil or a pen and start now. Add your thoughts on paper or in a private journal. I'm in my future and I am. Avoid words like need or want. Describe the things in your future that have already happened. What is currently in my present that will not be in my future? My present attitude, unhappiness, a negative environment, lack, etc. I'm in my future. I'm happy because. What is in the way of your happiness now? What are the situations, present beliefs, and roadblocks? I'm in my future and I'm feeling. Make it good. How can I most effectively describe the items in my future movie? Some scenes in your movie will have detail, and you will use many of your senses. For concepts like health, you may observe that you're healthy from the couch in your perfect home or during a wonderful vacation. You may envision a perfect career without being in an office or at a desk working. What can I do now to be more joyful? Are you presently happy at your core? If not, do the 7 grateful things every day. Also, write down what would make you happier now, and don't worry about how it could possibly occur. What can you presently do to reduce your stress and worry? What should I place on my wish list? The sky is the limit. You're creating as you write this. What should I put on my vision board? These are the pictures that represent what you want to see in your future every day. My 7 grateful things. What are the good things in your life? List more than 7 if you like. Include joyful events from your past to make way for more to come. Here's a little cheat sheet called Manifesting Made Simple. Your thoughts create, so use them in the most powerful and efficient way. Number 1, go into your movie and imagine you were in your future. Go for perfect with little detail or use it a lot. Be in your movie. Explore your senses and be grateful in every scene. Don't consider how the scenes in your movie came about. Leave out what you don't want. Number 2, thoughts are worries too. Worries are powered by fear and create negative outcomes. Convert your worries to calendar or action items that are not emotionally loaded. Replace words like going to with doing or I am moving toward. Number 3, you have never been more powerful. Don't try to be powerful in your movie. It'll just get in your way. Just be as a child and be in your movie without judgment. Bonus. Think of 7 grateful things every day. Make the way clear for your happiness. This book is available in paperback, ebook, and audiobook at Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. For a signed copy, $14.95 plus shipping, visit www.manifesting123.com. Copyright 2013, Ken Elliott. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced in any manner without the express written consent of the author, except in the case of brief excerpts in critical reviews and articles. All inquiries should be addressed to the contact information listed on this website, www.manifesting123.com. Solus Press, 5282 Red Pass Way, Castle Rock, Colorado, 80108.
Manifesting 123. This is really brilliant. Ken not only learned about manifesting, he changed his own life using the techniques you will learn here. The simple and profound gift of this book could only come from a masterful ability to teach what took him many years to learn. Begin changing your life today. Hello, this is Judy Goodman. It does not take a lot to make monumental changes. Let me share a little secret about Ken. Years ago, when Ken was sending gifts, when he was creating Daffy Duck, he was preparing for this moment in time. He was building the foundation for writing this book. I have a favorite saying: you can't give people what you don't have. You can't take people where you haven't been. Ken is not asking you to do something he has not personally learned to do. The good news is that he did all the footwork and is presenting the end results in a beautifully written book. If you do nothing, nothing changes. Begin the journey of a lifetime today. We'll look for you over the rainbow of your dreams and manifested realities. Thought becomes reality. Let the journey begin. By the way, I still have the Daffy Duck.
About the author. Author Ken Elliott is an artist living in Castle Rock, Colorado. He's been on a dual track for over 25 years as an artist and someone who has experienced and collected astonishing stories. In a unique and convincing way, Ken was shown how to make changes in his life and those of others. Ken is an accomplished speaker, passing this valuable information on to individuals and groups. For more information on Ken's lectures and workshops, email ken@manifesting123.com or visit www.manifesting123.com. To see Ken's artworks, visit www.kenelliott.com. Praise for Manifesting 123. Ken Elliott tackles the art of manifesting with a touch of humor and down-to-earth common sense. Read this book, practice the techniques, and live the life you could only imagine. William Buhlman, author of Adventures Beyond the Body. Through life's journey, we come upon special people who greatly impact our lives. Ken Elliott is one of those extraordinarily gifted individuals. His insight and vision contained in this book will change your life forever. Lynn Van Prague Grattan, spiritual teacher and medium, New York, New York. Wow! Who knew that getting the life you want and deserve could be so easy? Ken spells it out so simply that anyone, no excuses, can make it happen. Susan B., retired manager, Forest Hill, Maryland. I have known about visualizing our way to a higher, improved, and happier life, but I was never very good, and I would just give up on it after a short time. Then Ken Elliott taught me his Manifesting 123. Ken makes it easy. You stick with it, and magic happens. You won't believe the results. Carrey M., business owner, Lone Tree, Colorado. Ken's book is simple, to the point, and compared to others I've read, the easiest manifesting book to use. Ken took me on an elegant, successful journey. Jan D., author and artist. Ph.D., Larkspur, Colorado. Ken's insight into manifesting has truly made a difference in my life. It has reduced anxiety and increased focus. Susan B., entrepreneur, Castle Rock, Colorado. Ken's techniques have had a positive effect on many lives, including his own. He shows a way to make huge changes in your life with very little time, and it works. Cameo H., real estate agent, Denver, Colorado. Resources. William Buhlman is the foremost writer on the subject of out-of-body or astral travel, and his books have been translated into 8 languages. William is the author of Adventures Beyond the Body and Secrets of the Soul. His website is www.astralinfo.org. Judy Goodman is a professional coach, counselor, hypnotherapist, and a highly recognized intuitive. Her website is www.judygoodman.com. Her email is judykgoodman@aol.com. Acknowledgements. I want to thank my editor, Janice Brewster, for her diligence and professionalism. Her guidance, clarity, and light touch kept this book in my own voice and made it far better than I could have written on my own. To Karen Silmanetti, I offer my sincere appreciation for taking my manuscript and fashioning an artful interior for all who read it. Her cover designs brought it all together and made my wishes come true. Then there's the all-pro team at 4Color Print Group that made it so. Mike Daniels, Diana Birdsell, and the many other hands at 4Color that brought this book to life. Thank you. Also my gratitude to the great fiber artist Carol Ann Wall for her wisdom in pointing me there. www.carolannwall.com. Additionally, Melissa Glick and Susan Bullman read through the manuscript versions and offered helpful advice that was used here. Thank you both so very much. Together, everyone urged me to more fully describe some of the concepts mentioned here and aided the order and easy flow of the book. I'm so very grateful. Once the book is done, another phase begins. I want to happily acknowledge Marianne Pestana for her social media expertise and unwavering support. www.mariannepestana.com. I want to thank you, the reader, as well. It's my honor to share this time with you. All that is contained here was gifted to me, and I'm passing it on to you. Should this book give you comfort, then I hope you will offer it forward as well.